We're back. Here we are in episode 3. We're going to talk about the laptop from hell and local food industry service and quality post-pandemic.
Oh, post-pandemic.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, man. So, as y'all know, we're getting started again. And like Epi said, we're going to hit on that Hunter Biden laptop. So go ahead, man. Let's go and get dived into this.
All right, man. Might as well. Everybody's hitting on it. Let's talk about it. Me and you are been reading the book. For those of you, there's a book called out there, The Laptop from Hell. Miranda Devine wrote that book. It's very informative, man.
Oh yeah.
You get a little bit of what the news is talking about, and a lot more that the news isn't talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I read it. Well, actually, I didn't read it because I'm lazy. But I got the audio file.
I did too, man.
Thinking I was going to get the damn book. I had time. And, dude, from start to finish, from every chapter to every chapter, that dude just took the cake.
Yeah, he did.
Like, so we don't want to spoil it for you guys, but this kid was actually a pretty smart kid. He graduated high school, of course. Then he went to Georgetown. But, Joey, he was a senator in, was it Massachusetts or?
Delaware, wherever he's from, yeah.
Right. And naturally, he wanted his son to be an Ivy League, go to, like anybody wants their kids. Yep. And I guess he pulled some strings and got him into Yale. I think that's and Hunter graduated, law? Was it law or business?
I believe it was law.
Law. So you got to have some smarts to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he started. He was pretty much, in a nutshell, he was pretty much silver spoon the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
And going through the book, listening to the book, this guy just had dealings with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of the money he was getting paid just to be a member. Can you imagine just being a member, bro?
Man, you don't even have to show up. You just have to exist.
Yep. Like $80,000 to be part of a member.
Yep.
I would love to be a member.
Yep.
Pay me to show up. Or just have my name on the thing.
That's it.
And then on top of that, some of the dealings he was with, like China and everybody else, dude, it was crazy. Mm-hmm. They were paying him an ungodly amount of money.
Yep.
And you know what he was doing with that shit?
I have a pretty good idea. I mean, it's on the news.
I mean, this dude was just, it's like we go back to the guy that won the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
Cocaine and hookers. That's what this guy was doing.
Dave Chappelle. Yeah.
Basically,
yeah.
So I'm just like, good Lord, dude.
Yeah.
And, I'm not supporting Biden. I'm not a big Biden supporter. But I know throughout the book he straight up said, hey, dude, straighten your shit up.
Yeah, he tried. Yep.
I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that.
Yep.
And you're fucking it up for me, man. Mm-hmm. That's basically what he said in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. Like any dad would be like, hey, dude. But I also read or heard, I can't say I read because I didn't that he tried to put him in rehab a few times. Mm-hmm. So naturally trying to do what a parent does is take care of their child.
Yep.
And, dude, that guy just said, oh, yeah, he went along with it and then just shit on his dad.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm going to do what I want to do.
Yep. So
that was the craziest thing that I picked up. What are your opinions on that?
Yeah, privilege to the max. No self control at all, man. Because the benders he would go on, man, they weren't just I'm gonna party Friday night and maybe I'll come back Sunday. No, this dude was gone for weeks, and then when his money would start running out, he'd just pick up the phone and call somebody that was that owed him money, I guess. And be like, hey, my bank account's got $4 million in it. It's not enough to hold me over for a month. I'm all like, shit.
$4 million, dude.
Yeah, it's, and I'm just quoting. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure, I don't know the exact numbers, but I listened through the whole book, the whole audiobook, and gets pretty personal in there too, man. It talks a little bit about the relationship he had with his sister-in-law after his brother died.
Yeah.
How he drug his was it his daughter or his niece into it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, his niece.
Yeah, his niece.
And then JB, old Brandon tried, man. That was the sad thing about it is that when I was listening to the book, I wasn't listening to it for the political aspect of it because it really puts you in there in, in a family situation. Regardless, at the end of the day, man, they're human beings.
Yeah.
They have a family. They have problems like everybody else, politics aside.
Yeah.
And like you said, he tried, man. He tried. And this dude is just like cocaine and hookers, man. That's all I want.
That's all he wanted, dude.
And man, and the thing about it is his problem was so bad that he blamed everybody else for it, man.
Yeah, he blamed everybody else but him.
Oh, yeah, it was never his fault. And then, like, when it first broke out, they were talking about an underage girl in the pictures that they found on the PH website. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the shit he was doing, the crack pipe he was smoking was it Parmesan cheese out of a crack pipe. All that was in the book, too. But it went way in depth. And then it went into the Secret Service. A lot of people were covering this dude's ass, man. And he still
didn't care.
Fucked it up, man.
Still didn't care, man.
Nope.
He had all the amenities in the world that anybody could wish for. Going country to country, traveling on federal-funded jets.
Private. Rubbing elbows with high-ranking Chinese government people. I think there was Ukraine, Russians, the Ukraine. Yeah. I think there was even Japanese people that he was involved in, and they were giving him some cheese, man.
Yeah.
And
some mad cheese, but it's like we always say, nothing comes free.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So,
no.
I mean, there's obviously ties somewhere with that kid.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, we're sitting on this side of it. We say, he took advantage of it the wrong way, naturally, but even his partners paid for it. I think he had, one or two disappear? Yeah. Something like that?
Yeah. They just fucking up and left, man.
Yeah, they left.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you know what that means.
Yeah.
we know what it means to say left.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
But man, it's a really good book. I really recommend it, man. It's like I said, it's more insightful. Besides what you get in the news, you get a little bit. I feel like I got a lot more detail about the personal life that he lived, man. It was his diary, man. Everything was on his computer. Yeah. Text messages, voicemails, emails. I mean, damn. I mean, this dude might as well have wrote the book himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, man, like the government was saying, "Oh, it's not true."
Mm-hmm.
The Hunter Biden laptop is misinformation.
Of course.
That's when they came out.
Of course.
When it first came out prior to the election, I think. Well, right before.
Yeah, because they were trying to keep him under wraps. They were trying to keep him from fucking shit in the bed for Brandon, man.
Yeah, for old JB, and I mean, naturally, you got to think about it. You start exposing stuff like that, the money's going to drop quick, or they're going to just sit there and say, "Hey, get that dude in line, man."
Yeah, nobody's going to want to, invest in that.
Yeah, of course.
That's a losing horse.
Yeah. So with that being said, that dude, in the business aspect, you got to look at it inside of business. Business and politics go hand in hand, regardless of what you think.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my personal opinion, but if you look at everything else, that's what I think. Business and politics usually go hand in hand. We know that.
Yeah.
So Joey had a kind of a thing to do, with his son.
Yep.
And I just think Hunter kind of really shit the bed a lot on that. He ruined it for his dad, but they knew the right people to get that stuff suppressed.
Oh yeah, it was damage control 24/7 for that campaign, man.
Well, they had it, and then all of a sudden they go, "That's misinformation," and then what? A week ago,
yeah,
they submitted to the FBI or the courts, whatever, and they were like, "Yo, no, it's legit."
Yeah, but after the fact.
Yeah, after the fact. Yeah, what, 2 years later almost?
Yeah, and then even if they say it's legit now they'll come up with a reason why it's legit, but it's not true.
Yeah.
It's all hearsay.
Right.
Because unless he comes out, which he already has. He already has. But and I guess he could come out and say, you know what, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're going to blame it on the drugs. Well, I was using so heavily, like he said, he smoked.
Oh, yeah, dude.
When he said he smoked Parmesan cheese out of the crack pipe, I mean, he said he was so lost he didn't even know.
Yeah. But for him to say that, what makes you think that wasn't kind of like a play?
Yeah. Yeah, it's CYA.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll see. It said right there,
Yeah.
That's oh man, this water is so muddy with this kid,
mm-hmm.
and the whole family. I mean, granted, yeah, like we said, families go through stuff.
Yeah.
And their family obviously went through a lot.
Yeah.
And the water is so muddy with that dude.
Yeah.
And if anybody was trying to prosecute him or his dad or anybody was to come to light, you could actually come out and say, well, the copy y'all got
Yep.
is not actually the right
It
one.
could be heavily edited.
Yes. Just like we know that certain places or certain IT companies can actually hack your computer
Yeah.
and put stuff on it.
And again, who are they going to blame? Russia.
Yeah. It's always going to be Russia.
It's always going to be Russia.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, so
So that right there, man, I like you said, it gave me the inside of the Biden family.
yeah,
And it actually showed, I guess, Biden trying to be a good guy.
a good
And
father.
And a
Good
father.
Yep.
And, dude, I didn't know that his mom died, like, when he was young. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, his grandparents raised him
Yeah.
because
Jones-
JB was too
yeah.
busy being a politician.
Yeah. But I didn't know that, you know?
I had heard about it, you know, but I didn't know how much they were actually involved until I, you know, listened to the book. And that's a good thing about the book. It's not a political smear. It's not anything, you know, to say, well, the right was, you know, the right wing was, you know, or the right was right, you know, and the left lied about it. It's not like that.
Oh, no.
If you want to get good insight and good information, I recommend the book.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely opened my eyes
Yep.
on that book. I mean, I know when you sent it to me, you were like, dude, check this out.
And it's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
It's a movie,
Yeah,
man.
it's a movie without the screen.
Yeah, man. Into the third chapter, I was like, that's when I sent it to you. I was like, damn, I'm only 3 chapters in, and this is already,
Hell
it's
yeah.
a movie.
Yeah. And it's good. I mean, the lady, like I said, that Miranda Devine lady, she definitely did a good job.
Yep.
And like you said, it's not a smear. It
No.
was just information about him
Yep.
going out and getting pushed out there.
Yep. She's
And
putting it out
nothing-
there.
You know, and honestly, that's good. That's good journalism.
Yeah.
Honestly, that
It
really is. And that's hard to come by nowadays.
Yep.
Because you know everything's attached to, well, you know, they're greasing our palms here.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and these people are, you know,
There's always like an undertone.
right.
You know, a lot of authors choose a side, and they don't present both sides to you. They only give you the one-sided.
Yeah. And it's
So-
like I've always said, you know, when it comes to a story, there's always 3 sides.
Yep.
One side, which would be side A, side B, and then side C, which is the truth.
And that's usually the casualty. The first casualty is, I don't remember how that saying goes, but
You know,
the truth is the very first one to go down.
yeah.
You know, and then after that, it's just hearsay.
Yeah, and you know, and I think you know, with that, if with us doing this, you know, with us keeping that kind of frame of mind, that keeps us, you know, pretty much focused on what we need to do,
Yep.
and just go through every day and not really get too hung up in stuff,
Right. It's informative, man. It really is.
you know, and that's why I said in our previous podcast, you know, you got to stay focused, you know, because everything they're trying to do is just keep your head turning,
Yeah.
and obviously our heads are turning all the time, and it's hard to peg something sometimes.
Got to keep it on the swivel, man.
Yeah, and you just never know.
Nope.
So, yeah, best wishes for Hunter Biden. Hopefully, something good comes out of that for
For whoever wants
whoever,
it, man. For the
man.
left or the right, man.
I mean, 'cause we all know what we want.
Yep.
We all know what we want to happen.
Yep.
But like we said, we don't know who's going to have the courts. We don't know.
Nah, man. We're just
Who's in
spectators.
place.
That's
Yeah.
all we are.
You know, we're just and it's one thing I remember we said a long time ago when like we have admin change, like from the Bush to the Obamas to you know, Trump.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ratio, a time frame
Yep.
to where we see the actual difference between the change of admin.
Yep.
And I think that's usually a year and a half to 2 years. And I think now we're actually seeing what this admin is doing. And it's fucking the world up.
Oh, they're cooking with grease, man.
Yeah.
They got that fire high. They're cooking with grease, man. So.
Peanut oil, huh? Not that clear.
Oh, and you know, and that's the thing. What's coming up is the elections.
yeah,
You know, so they got to turn the heat up. They're man, it's so damn.
You know, it's funny. You know, the other day you said something really interesting, and it's not just with the the big guys up above us. You know, the local guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Abbott, Obeto, and this is just something I wanted to touch on real quick.
Yeah.
You said, you want to know the truth on these cats? Wait for their campaigns.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Gossip Central, man.
You know what I'm saying? You're just like, you want to know exactly what these cats are about?